Eu falar para ele agora, não consegui ter diversão. Vamos confiar nada dos termos dele. Mano,
Eu acho que eu gosto de trabalhar.
e o segundo é o papel eletrônico. Aí, segue.
One check, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I check 1, 2. Grace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Good.
Thank you. Okay.
Mano, não. Pegou lá?
Ai, sim. Yeah, it's easier to get from there.
Você tem sorte, tem que
Essa
Ah, não, tem que vai tentar.
And the charger.
Bacana. Ah, tem que trocar o box lá. Tá.
Yeah.
Show. Claro.
No. No worries.
Cara, então eu não lembro dessa história.
No, no. Like that. Right.
Você tá bem?
Sua foto.
Ah, mas não sabia se ele já tinha pensado no dois no outro comigo. Isso aí
Ele estava por perto.
Provavelmente não. Eu falei de tudo, não vai. Deixa eu
Obrigada. Bom saber que eu estava. Talvez não estava mesmo. Acho que talvez não conseguiu.
Então, porque
Aqui eu pensei que tinha que dar um evento, tá?
Achei. Tá, só que não te sabe essa festa.
Sei como é que
Triste.
Não, pode não.
Quando que eu vou? Hoje?
Tem como ver assim.
Boa tarde. Bem. E até bom.
Vamos. Postgame, né?
I guess.
Fez o que vai ver técnica. Então,
Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Vegas.
Yeah, I think that would. So
Não pode ficar com sonho e beleza. Eu não tive essa capacidade de estar Chargers, Chargers caixa, foi tão legal.
Senhor, colega, que a gente o cara valeria a pena.
Foi.
Essa pela próxima. Mas assim, legal. Eu não posso falar aqui.
Foi melhor.
Sai de casa.
Tá dentro da bolsa?
Não. Só dois minutos. Em cima da mesa.
Sim, vai estar.
Você tem uma
Eu tava pedindo que entendeu?
Agora já é.
All right. As far as the injuries go, we had a couple of them. So Xavier Worthy hurt his shoulder right early in the game. And then Tranquil, Bolton, and Gelati, but they all finished, and they should be okay as we go forward. I'd like to thank the people of Brazil here for São Paulo for the hospitality. We didn't give all those fans that showed up the best show. We can learn from this as we move forward, which we'll do. I've got to make sure I get my team in a better state there coming out, playing with more emotion. And we were a little flat that first half, and that cost us. There were some good things in there, but again, we've got to make sure we take care of business with that, and that's my responsibility. So I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, go ahead, fire away.
Sam, and any indication for Xavier Worthy about the seriousness of that?
I will know tomorrow once we get back and do an MRI.
And what did you evaluate the passing game overall?
Yeah, listen, I thought it was kind of a two halves passing game. I thought the first half we were off a bit, and then the second half it picked up a little bit. We had a few more explosives there. Got a little rhythm, better rhythm than what we had. So we got to, again, I've got to make sure that we start faster.
Nate, question?
And to that point, you said the guys didn't have necessarily the emotion. Is there something that you've noticed pretty early on, or do you think the Xavier injury had a role in that?
Yeah, but listen, I expect more than that. I've got to make sure we come out with better emotion. It's a nice big stage for us. And against a good football team, and they made a couple plays early, got things going, and we weren't able to do that. And I thought they did a better job in that area. So.
Five, you're good. Stand up.
Andy, just related to the same question, what signs do you see that when you say that about feeling like they were flat? Anything in particular that told you that?
Yeah, listen, I'm on the sideline, so I expect there to be emotional support there. I also expect players to fly around and do the things that I've seen us do. So and it's my responsibility to get them in that frame of mind, do that, whether you have an injury, a turnover, whatever it is, you fight through that and you make yourself better, whatever situation that you're in.
Second round. All right.
Coach, Patrick has said a few times during the offseason that he wanted to throw the ball deep for the season. And it looked like in the first quarter, you guys tried to hit some big plays, but in the second half, you tried to revert to get a bit of a rhythm. How much did Worthy's injury change those plans?
Yeah, we normally like to mix and match, but we did take a few more shots today, completed a few, and we were off on a couple. But that's you keep firing in those situations and work through it.
For sure. That.
Coach, after this first game of the season, what do you think will be the first thing that you have to train better and improve for the next game, besides start faster, as you said?
Sure, we got to clean up some of the penalties that we had, especially in crucial situations as you get ready to go and potentially score. And so we got to take care of that. I expect more from our guys than that. And then there's some little mistakes here and there that we'll take care of too.
Coach, I know you haven't watched film yet, but could you evaluate the offensive line and what you thought? So.
Listen, I thought we did a decent job up until that, the last drive there. I thought there was pressure on Patrick when we had to throw the football. Just absolutely, you got to bear down. That's again, I mean, a certain frame of mind to do that. It's a good learning experience. Up to that point, though, I thought they really handled it well.
And what you saw from Josh Simmons individually?
Yeah, you know what? I think he did okay. I've got to check the tape out for individual guys.
Coach, we know that we're like this running game today, and Mahomes had the most rushing out by far. How do you manage to implement that when that's coming again for the Eagles in the rest of the season? Right.
Sure. Yeah, Pat's always going to get his runs in. That's just how that goes, and we don't plan for those. We've got to do even better in that area. We can do a better job there. So we'll keep working on the run game and make sure we can get our yards per carry up a little bit higher with the running backs.
Do a couple more. Let's take them up.
Coach, the Chiefs have played a few international games like Mexico City, London, Munich, not Brazil. I'd like to ask you what stood out about Brazil, about São Paulo, the city, the atmosphere in the stadium, in relation to these other cities where the Chiefs.
Yeah, sure. Now listen, the people were phenomenal. People that we ran into, fans, whether it was at the airport, whether it was today on our travel here and throughout the game. So, and then the people at the hotel, I thought did a great job. So my hat goes off to the Marriott and the folks there for really having a great plan for us.
What about the crowds?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. The crowd was great. Yeah, the crowd was great, passionate. I got goosebumps on the national anthem there, your national anthem, Brazilian national anthem. I mean, that was special. Everybody participating there like that.
Well, the last two, Sam and Nate, what's Andy? Obviously, Justin Herbert's a great player, but what about their scheme and their passing game? Maybe their struggles today.
Yeah, listen, I thought Jim had a great plan there, he and his staff, and they executed, and their underneath game was good. Possession throws were good. They didn't really hit too many deep ones, but the ones that that intermediate range, I thought they did a nice job with.
Indy, it seemed like on the last third down that Chris went inside instead of contained. Just what is your evaluation of the front four right now when you guys aren't blitzing quarterback.
Listen, I always expect more from the bigs on both sides of the ball. So we can do better in those two areas for sure. Oh, I mean, that's where it all starts, right? So, and so we can do a better job. We will do a better job.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
See that. Yeah. Like almost yeah. Back. Go down like that. Back up. See. Shoes. Okay.
All right, guys. Sam, you want to go ahead and kick us off? Yep. Okay. You just evaluate the passing game as a whole, particularly that first quarter.
It wasn't good enough. I think just in general, they came out with more energy than we did. Their defense and our offense. So we didn't execute. I missed some throws down the field. And obviously, we didn't play good enough in the first half.
Andy mentioned the lack of emotion early as well. What do you attribute that to?
I mean, it's hard to say. You know, I feel like we had energy at practice yesterday and all throughout the week, but when you don't come out and play with the right mindset, you get beat. The Chargers came out with the right mindset. We didn't, and they beat us.
Front row, bud. You're up.
Hi, Pat. I know it's not the result that you guys wanted, but I mean, throughout the years, the Chiefs have shown what mental toughness look like. So, I mean, you guys lost the Super Bowl in 2020. After that, you came to the AFC Championship. And after losing the AFC Championship, you guys went to 3 state Super Bowls, being back-to-back champions. And also, I mean, it's not like the week 1 win that against the division rival that you guys wanted. But how you think that you guys can come back to have a great season and be in the Super Bowl again?
Yeah, I think it's a learning moment for especially the young guys on the team. It's like we're gonna get everybody's best, and we have to play up to that standard if we want to win football games. And I feel like we didn't play to that standard today. At everybody, offense, defense, special teams. But credit to the Chargers, they had a great plan, came in and played great football and beat us. And now we have to learn from that, knowing that next week's going to be just as tough.
Steve.
Hey, Patrick, you guys play this team, Chargers team, a number of times. What did you do differently today to help you guys stop getting in rhythm?
I think they had a good game plan, man. You play a team a lot, they kind of know what you're good at. And, but they did a good job of kind of taking away some of our quick throws and some of our throws down the field. And I thought we adjusted well in the second half, obviously. But if I can hit some of those throws early, it kind of loosens up the defense. So I just got to be better early in the football game, just like everybody else.
Hey.
Patrick, just how much did Xavier's injury, I know it was 3 plays into the game, just how much did that change the rhythm, change the energy, change the sort of Tops game plan that you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the other guys had to step up without Taekwon, and Hollywood and Juju did a great job of kind of filling some of those roles. But that's someone that's a huge part of our game plan, and someone that we're counting on to go out there and make plays against some of the man covers that they played. And our guys did a good job kind of stepping up in those roles. But you can tell it took us a little bit to get going.
I know it's not the result that you guys wanted, but how did it feel to play in Brazil for the first time ever? You played international games before, but how do you feel the crowd, and what did you feel playing here besides the result?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. The crowd and the atmosphere. It was really cool. It's something I'll remember for the rest of my life. I mean, even like the anthem, the Brazil's national anthem, and hearing everybody sing and how passionate they were about American football. So that part was really cool. Oh, I won't remember the result, but I'll remember being here for sure.
Thank you.
Second one, but
Hey, Pat, how's it going here? You had like the same numbers
of this Super Bowl against Philly. How much you miss guys like Xavier Worthy, like Rashid Rice, to expand the field and to throw some deep balls. You had some deep balls that you miss today that you usually don't miss. How much how much you miss these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. You know, those are two of our best receivers, and they're two great receivers in this league, and obviously threats down the field. And so I thought the guys did a great job stepping up and making some of those plays. But you have to give the time into those guys. And so it takes everybody. You know, you got to protect, you got to be on the same page with the receiver, and you got to make the throw. And so if I can make some of those throws early in the game, I think there'll be a different result. So,
Go ahead.
Patrick, when did you feel like you had a sense that the intensity wasn't quite what you would hope it would be in the early in the game? And is it the sort of thing you feel the need to address with the team yourself?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I can feel it pretty early on. I don't know exactly when that point is, but they definitely came out with more energy than we did. And so in this league, everybody's too good for you to not match the energy of your opponent. And so I think we learned a valuable lesson today. We got to be better from the get-go, from the start. We're not going to be able to just come back and win every single game. Teams are too good in this league. And so this would be a big lesson for us, a division opponent, someone that's going to be there at the end of the year. But we're going to have to learn fast. We're playing the reigning Super Bowl champs next week.
Second row, go ahead.
Patrick, you mentioned it multiple times during the offseason that you wanted to throw the deep ball more. Are you satisfied with the number of deep shots you took today?
I'm never satisfied, especially after a loss. I mean, we hit some, obviously, but we missed some as well. And so if I can be better there, hitting some of those deep shots, I think it opens up the rest of the offense. So we hit a couple of them, so that's cool, but it wasn't enough to win the football game.
Go ahead.
Patrick, there were a lot of complaints about the pitch last year, about the state of the pitch, of how it wasn't available, how it wasn't great for the game. I'd like to know for you, how was today? If you felt better, if you felt that impact on the game, if you felt that it was all right, like the usual regular games.
I thought it was good. You know, I mean, both teams are playing on the same field, and there wasn't a lot of people slipping. I mean, there was a couple here and there, but that's football, and so I thought they did a great job. I thought Brazil in general hosted us really well. From the hotel, the food, the ride to the game, and the stadium. I thought it was a great experience, and so obviously not the result we wanted, but something I thought was really cool.
We'll do a few more. Go ahead.
Patrick, you said that you are playing this target for the game and so faster and better rhythm. But what do you think can be done so you can achieve a better result next week against the Eagles? They are a very difficult big crowd.
Yeah, it's not going to be any easier. That's a good football team that we're playing against this next week, and so I think we should have a great week of practice. Come in with the right mindset. The leaders on the team got to step up. And when we step on that football field, we got to bring it because it'll take our best in order to find a way to win against that team. And so we'll go back to the drawing board and be ready to go at practice, and knowing that's going to take everything we got next week.
Third row, go ahead.
Patrick, it was the first game without Joe Cooney. How did you feel about the protection, especially on the interior of the line?
I thought they did a pretty good job. You know, some of the games and stuff that the D-line stunts, I think got them a couple times, but I thought they did a good job and they battled. You know, that's all you can really ask for is the battle. Joe is a Hall of Famer. And he's someone that's going to have a gold jacket. And so these young guys are talented and they have a chance to be really, really good. And so I thought they did a good job against a good defensive line. But we're going to keep pushing them to be even better and better as we go throughout the season.
Last one, Sam. Go ahead. Patrick, that third quarter play where you're running toward the sideline, did you intentionally deliver a hit there because of this lack of motion to try and get something to the team there?
Yeah, I mean, I think more than anything, you saw the run before when I ran to the linebacker. It's like sometimes you just got to do something to jumpstart the team. And I was not in the mood to be right out of bounds. I wanted to try to do something to get us going, and we kind of got going as an offense in the second half, but it takes everybody. I mean, we got to start faster, and we got to be better on both sides of the ball, and so and special teams, and so that we understand that we're going to be accountable to that, and we'll come back better this next week.
Thanks, Patrick.
Você quer olhar lá em cima? Esse é o conversa.
Eu quero que eu conclua.
Mas você vai querer olhar a primeira garrafa?
Ah, tá. All right.
Vamos receber o jogador Chris Jones, defensive tackle dos Chiefs. Chris Jones, Chiefs defensive tackle, is coming to speak to us today.
É, então. Pensar é feio o time do inferno.
Chris, tough loss to start the season. What happened with the defense in the crucial moments of the match? I wanted to know if you can send a message to all the Brazilian fans who are here in the stage or in their house.
Tough day. Kind of took an inside move. I put the blame on me. Probably could have contained better. But super grateful for the opportunity to play in Brazil and play in international. You know, it's a lot of fun. The atmosphere was amazing. I just wish we could have closed the game with a W.
Chris, so what did you see on the 3rd and 13 run for Herbert at the end with the 2-minute warning? How did he get out there, and how did that play unfold?
Well, the tackle jumped me. Well, I think we was like even 2 threes, 2 fouls, and just should have stayed outside. I blame me. Could have passed rush better. Could have had a better pass rush. Could have contained better. Yeah, I blame myself.
You had allowed going to game only the 7 points to allow to each other for 2 games the last season. And how do you think that defense led to close out the game for winning in Brazil?
I think this is a learning point for us as a team. Also, in particular, the defense. There's a lot of learning points we can learn and grow from. First game of the season, quite sure we can watch the film, make some corrections, and then we'll be better than this week.
Chris, with today's performance of the defense, how can you rank this defense for this year?
But, you know, you're looking at the first game of the season, and you can't judge the team's success by one game or even one particular play. I think we have 16 more games. We have 16 more opportunities to get better. we can watch, make some corrections, fix some errors. I think it was a surplus that inflicted errors, offsides, roughing the passers. Multiple times we shot ourselves in the foot, some self-inflicted wounds that we can fix and detail that up, and I think we can improve in that aspect.
Chris, Andy and Patrick both talked about a lack of emotion early in the game. Could you sense that as well on the sideline or on the field?
I think it's more so overall. We're a high energy team. We got to go into every game playing like it's a Super Bowl. I mean, anytime teams play the Chiefs, there's an opportunity to play a Super Bowl caliber team, and you get to see where your team is at. I think it was kind of flat early on, and we got to start off a little faster as a team.
Chris, what's the message inside the locker room after this loss, going ahead in the season?
I think it's more so about self-reflection. And watch the film. Be critical on your errors and on yourself. Come prepared this week to make sure you make the corrections and learn from your mistakes. I think that we all made a lot of mistakes. We all contributed to the loss of today, and it's a lot of areas we can get better in as a team, as individuals, and I think we got to apply corrections. We got to fix corrections, and once we're able to do that, I think we can get back on track, being successful.
What exactly, first of all, good night, what exactly do you feel like it was the thing that you trained all week to go against the Chargers that it didn't happen tonight? And if you could say some words about the experience in Brazil also.
First and foremost, I'm super grateful that we had the opportunity to play in Brazil. You guys are amazing. The fans was, the atmosphere was incredible. I wish we would have came out with a W, but like I said, this game is a learning point. It's the first game of the season, and you always have high hopes of winning every game, especially the first game of the season. First game of the season when everyone has the jitters, a lot of emotions, self-inflicted wounds for us kind of bit us in the butt. Penalties, things we can fix, things that I feel like we've been better at, that, we can make the corrections and make sure we pay attention to them this week and correct them going into next week playing the Philadelphia Eagles.
Couple more, go ahead, Jesse.
Hey, Chris, over here. Camera showed you and Drew on the sideline getting emotional after the third down. Can you just take us through that sequence, what you saw from that?
No comment.
Hello, Chris. Good night. That was the first official game since the loss of the Super Bowl that wasn't a really great defensive match, and that wasn't the best answer that you guys gave. Is that any concerns for the rest of the season of how your team is capable of dealing with the defense, or do you feel that it still has some impact on the defeat of the Super Bowl?
It's the first game of the season, Unfortunately, our last two games has resulted in losses. But if this is our worst, then we got something to look forward to. I'm quite sure over the course of this year, we will continue to get better. We'll continue to improve. And if we continue on the pace and the track that we plan to be, around December, we'll be reaching our peak going into January.
Last one in the back.
Thank you. You said it yourself, no time to sulk about this loss, even though it's a tough one. First couple games of the season, you'll be facing some of the best offensive lines in football, the Eagles, the Lions, the Ravens. As a leader, how do you turn things around inside the locker room and the defensive line room?
I think first eliminating mistakes to beat ourselves. Once we eliminate the small mistakes and small errors, we can fix those self-inflicted wounds, and then we can focus on the bigger things. But most importantly, fixing the small details.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Phil.
Thank you.